What's up guys, it's Jonathan and welcome back to another video. In this video I have something a little bit different, pretty exciting, definitely new to the channel. I have some drones here, but they're not aerial photography style drones. They're actually more of your hobbyist or enthusiast collectible style drones. These are Star Wars battle drones from a company that goes by the name of Propel. Now, a quick background on Propel, they're actually one of the leading drone manufacturers in the world when it comes to this specific style of drone. Also, another quick note, these drones, the Star Wars battle drones, are licensed by Disney, making them a collectible item for one, and also a lot more authentic, which you'll see later on in the video when it comes to the amount of detail in these guys. Alright, so before we get into the juicy details of these guys right here, I just want to give you a heads up. I do plan on doing a giveaway if this video gets 500 likes. I will pick a subscriber from anywhere around the world and send them an entire collection of Star Wars battle drones. So you can have all three models, 500 likes, we'll do a giveaway. So the Star Wars battle drones come in three different models. We have the T-65 X-Wing, then we have the X-1, and then we have the speeder bike. And all of these models are extremely detailed and have a very, very unique unboxing experience. I mean, let's go ahead and check it out. As I said in the beginning, each of these drones are licensed by Disney, and that means a lot, especially when you look at these things. They are pretty much an exact replica of what they look like in the movie, and they've done an incredible job at the details. I mean, even if you look at the battery compartments, it's really well disguised into the drone, and when you pop off the lid and then put in a new battery, it actually blends itself in by being an additional piece to the drone. Another really cool key feature of these drones that Propel went the extra mile to do is the incorporation of reverse propulsion technology, which is basically putting the propellers on the bottom of the drone and then making them clear so that way it almost gives the effect that the drones are hovering just like they do in the movies. Because of this technology, it also allows these little drones to go 35 miles an hour for their max speed, which is incredible. So to get the most out of your battle drone, you're gonna wanna download the Battle Drone app from the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store in order to really get an immersive experience with these little guys. And what's really cool is if you've never flown a drone ever in your life, they have a tutorial mode that will teach you how to fly your drone before you ever actually fly your drone. I know that sounds crazy, but there's 34 training missions, and when you get done doing all of those missions, when you pick up that controller, you're gonna know how to operate your drone and how to fly it right then and there on your first go-round. Propel is currently working on a virtual battle function that enables you to find players all around the world and battle them. It's currently being approved by Disney, but you should expect it later on this year. So you guys might be thinking, why would it need to sync my battle stats or any kind of information of me using the drone? Well, that's because each of these drones are equipped with an IR receiver and transmitter, and you can pretty much play laser tag with them in the sky. It's a really cool concept, and in practice, it works really well once you get the hang of how to fly the drones. That is a little bit difficult. I didn't complete all of my training missions, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, but just using these straight out of the box, it is a little bit tricky. Luckily there is a T mode, and T mode is better known as training mode, and you activate that by holding down the top large left button on the remote for 3 seconds. It's gonna turn on some blue LEDs around the power button, and that lets you know that you're in training mode. And what that does is it reduces the speed from the slowest speed setting by 30%, and it also puts an invisible ceiling and floor up, and it limits you to 3 meters or 6 feet. So just keep that in mind during your use. The ship is also a little less agile in this mode, and that's because of the speed reduction, plus it's supposed to remain docile throughout the training mode. That way you can really just focus on learning the controls before trying to do any tricks or go faster or anything like that. In the center of the remote, you have 4 more buttons, and each of these buttons corresponds to a different option. If you hold down the bottom 2, it will put you in like volume mode. So then you can use the bottom right and the top right buttons to increase or decrease the volume. There is an automatic takeoff mode, and that is the bottom left button. So you just hold that down and it will actually just take off and start hovering in place, similar to what DJI or some of the aerial photography drones do. On the back of the remote, you're gonna find a speaker and a headphone jack, and that's because the remote actually plays sound effects as well as music, including when you turn it on, you have like a little theme song that you have to go through. You can also use those center buttons to cycle through the soundtrack, so if it's playing a song that you don't want to hear, you can actually skip it or go back to a previous song that you actually enjoyed. So the remotes in the drones are equipped with something called Li-Fi technology. These are the first consumer drones to use this technology, and it's 100 times stronger than Wi-Fi. What it does is it allows 12 of these drones to be up in the air at any time with 12 different players, 12 different remotes, and not have any interference issues. It's pretty sweet. So the drones are also equipped with something called Intelligent Awareness technology. It may not be what you think it is, but it's still really cool. So as you're competing with your drone and battling others, the IAT gives you coaching advice to the speakers on the controller and the headphone jack on how to shoot down an opponent, and gives you words of encouragement when you succeed. These words could be from characters such as Darth Vader, Han Solo, or even Luke Skywalker. So the drones don't have the best build quality. They are made of plastic materials, there's really nothing metal about them, and one good crash could potentially break a piece of the drone off. That's why they include replacement parts in the box, but if you don't have the right part, Propel does offer a 12-month program where they'll replace and fix any part of the drone during that time if you happen to damage it. If you're planning on using these outside, just keep in mind that the wind will affect the performance, and a good strong gust of wind could make it to where you never see this drone again. Now inside though, these things are a lot of fun, and that's where I spent most of my time with these drones because I couldn't use them outside because of the wind. But basically, if you have a few friends over and you have a good open space in your house, you can fly these around and battle each other, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Whenever one gets shot, it rocks back and forth and the actual controller will vibrate, and after 3 shots, it will come spiraling down and crash like the movie itself. It's really cool, again, the amount of detail that they've put into these drones to give you that next level experience. There are a few problems I've noticed. One of them is the battery. So if your drone is running low on battery and say you're not paying attention, it doesn't really land itself, it will just literally fall out of the sky. At least it did for me multiple times. It's actually quite funny, but it's something to keep in mind so that way you don't break your drone. The other thing I noticed is that even though I was flying mostly in my house, the drone sometimes wanted to pull to the left, right, forward, or going backwards. It just had a mind of its own sometimes. And there is a calibration button on the remote that you can push after you've landed it, and it will calibrate the sensors and get everything to where it should be. So these drones are actually really cool. I definitely like them a lot. I love the display case that they come in, and I will be putting these back in the display case and then putting them somewhere that I can show company when they come over. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and like it, and remember, 500 likes and I'll do a giveaway to a lucky subscriber. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world, you'll get a set of battle drones for yourself. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future content. If you already are subscribed, make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when that content drops. Hit me up on social, as I am very responsive there, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Be easy.